Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Stephanie, and for those of you who are new, my husband and I are documenting our journey through IVF, our marriage, our faith, and our first pregnancy. Today, we are wrapping up my second trimester. I cannot believe that I'm already officially in the third trimester. It's just crazy, and I don't know where all that time went. So today I'm just gonna run through some of my must-haves and just kind of a recap of the second trimester for you, just to get you guys caught up in case you've missed any of the videos. Before we get started, just keep in mind that I've been very blessed. This pregnancy has been super easy for the most part, with a couple of exceptions and a couple of scares and all of that. But for the most part, this has been super easy pregnancy, and I'm so grateful. So a lot of the things that I'm going to talk about today is my must-haves are very similar to what I talked about in my first trimester, because I didn't have a hard trimester and they both pretty much felt the same. All right, my number one thing is Tums. You know that if you've been following my journey, you know that heartburn is the worst, or indigestion, the acid reflux, whatever you want to call it. To me, it's all the same thing. It might not be, that's okay, but I just call it heartburn. But for me, these are the things that save me the most. I don't mind the chalkiness of these because that's what I've got. I just like the assorted berries, so that's what I'm like concerned about. But these are just fine for me. I try and tough it out most days and not take them if I can, but if it's late at night, I will totally pop one or two of these before I go to bed, because I've realized that I would rather sleep than be in pain. I know I talked about these two things in my first trimester, but I just want to reiterate how much I love these two things. So this first one is just it's an Erin Condren Oh Baby. I'm trying to see if it works. There we go. It says Oh Baby on it. It's just a little journal, and so I'll just show you like mine. I just kind of color code it, put little stickers in there, and then like little ultrasound pictures and stuff. So that's what I do with mine. I like this just for, it gives me a little bit of freedom to write down my thoughts and my feelings or symptoms, cravings that I'm having. It gives you a lot of freedom to just be creative with this one. And then the one that I loved the most, I still love this the most. This is the Waiting in Wonder book, and this is by Catherine Claire Larson. And I got this off Amazon. I love this thing. So this just goes through and it walks you through week by week, and then you got 4 days of devotionals that are just speaking to you. And each week gives you like a little scripture or a little story, and then you have 2 questions on the side to answer, prompt you, whatnot, to say a prayer to God, or to write a prayer for your little one, or to write down your memories of little one, just all kinds of different things. And there's so many things that I've like flagged in here now that for like future videos or whatnot. So I love this thing. I just absolutely do. If you are on your own journey and you are like me, you have faith that it's going to happen, then I would say go ahead and order one. That way you have it and it's ready to go, because I think it starts at week 4 or week 5. But yeah, I just love this thing so much. I can't like rave about this enough. One thing that I want to add about the journals in the little devotional that I have is I love that kind of stuff because of the keepsake part of it. I can't wait to give this to him, and you know, I know it's a boy and he might not appreciate it as much as maybe a girl would, but I hope that his future wife will appreciate it, because I know I would if my husband's mom had something like that and had gifted that to me, of like her feelings during our pregnancy and, you know, prayers that she was praying over him and her. I would have loved to have that. That's kind of my purpose, I guess, with doing those, is that one, it's awesome for me to have and for me to have for a little while. But at some point, you know, years down the road, I want to be able to gift these to him, just be able to share that and pass that down, and have, you know, our future grandchildren like see this and just feel like they get a piece of their grandma, and that they, you know, be able to know me and know my thoughts at this time. And I'm like getting emotional thinking about it, but it just makes me so happy, and I hope that they appreciate it. So just to get to know me a little bit better. My next thing is a workout plan. So for me, I was able to work out throughout. As soon as I found out that we were pregnant when we did our transfer and all that, I immediately was able to work out. I never got the morning sickness, thankfully. And so I never had a problem. But I know that a lot of people do, and I know a lot of people who get really fatigued in the first trimester, and they do everything that they can just to like survive through the day, whether, you know, regardless of whether or not they can even get a workout in. So if you are able to work out in the first trimester like I was, then awesome. Just make sure you get a plan, but make sure that that's somewhat of a priority, because that's going to help you when you go into labor and delivery, and it's going to help your little one develop, you know, their heart. So the two things that I focus and I go back and forth between is the expecting and empowered complete set. So this is weeks 4 through 40. Again, they break it down by upper body day, lower body day, and then a full body day. I love this as well. This is awesome. This has been more where I focus on all of my strength stuff. Then I do the beach body for my cardio. So I have that on my TV in the office. That's where I have all of my workout stuff. I just alternate strength days and cardio days. That was one of my biggest prayers, other than, you know, obviously having a healthy baby. But being able to work out and just move my body, like I said before, is what keeps me sane and clear and just gives me that stress relief. And going through this whole process of, you know, just being pregnant in general, it's kind of stressful. And so I prayed that I was able to at least move my body, whether that's walking around the neighborhood, whether it's just walking around the house, or just bare minimum. I just wanted to be able to like move my body at least like 3 or 4 times a week. And so I've just been super grateful that God has blessed me and let me work out pretty much every week since I've been pregnant. There was one week I didn't, and that was the week that I got sick. So the other thing that I recommend is just finding a lotion for your growing wonderful little belly. I like this one, the cocoa butter formula. There are tons out there. I also tried the Burt's Bees, I believe, in a little like tub that you screw on. I didn't like that one as much as this one. This one I just feel like gives me better coverage, and I just feel like it's not as like sticky maybe. So this is the one that I would recommend. I know I also talked about this in the first trimester, but make sure you have some kind of cup to make sure that you're drinking enough water. If you are not a water person, then find some way that will entice you to make sure that you're getting enough water each day. So whether that's going out and finding a cute new cup or jug or whatnot, just whether you make it a game with yourself or with your husband or your spouse or, you know, your sister, your brother, whoever, just find that way that's gonna give you that little bit of incentive to just make sure you're drinking your water every day. One of the things that has really been great for my husband and I is we have a menu on our fridge. I'll insert a clip right here of what ours looks like, but it's just a big magnetic menu that we keep on the fridge. I write on it every week and we plan out what we're gonna have. So this one helps us stay on track when we go to the grocery store. But this helps us especially whenever it comes time to deciding what's for dinner. And the other thing with that is, like I've told you guys before, we've figured out that I have less heartburn, especially at night, if we cook at home, because we know exactly what's being put into what we're making. So if my husband is grilling something outside on the grill, or if I'm doing the veggies inside, I know exactly what seasonings are being used. I know exactly what oils are being used and that kind of stuff. So it has helped a lot. Now, I will say the later I'm getting into this pregnancy, the less I am eating at night. I feel so full throughout like the afternoon and into the evening. So I will eat dinner, but it's definitely probably like half of what I would normally eat. The last thing that I would recommend as you get into that second trimester, when you really start to pop and show your baby bump, is just to find some cute tops. So I work from home. I don't have to have cute tops every single day of the week. So I just really wanted like a good 4 or 5 tops to rotate through as we go out on the weekends, as we go to church and that kind of stuff. And because I was able to fit into my regular clothes and jeans up to like week 23, 24. I definitely felt like I looked like I was gaining weight, but it was really hard to see a baby bump before that. And so once I started getting that pop and my little baby bump, I just wanted to have something that I was wearing that accentuated it and made sure to show it off. That way, you know, one, people knew that I was pregnant and not just getting fat, but also just to embrace it and enjoy it. And so that's what I did. So I found some cute tops on Amazon. I got a 3-pack that was this one, a black one, and like a royal blue one. And I don't even remember how much they were, but they weren't very expensive at all. They're super soft and comfortable, and they're nice and long, so they go over if you're wearing leggings or whatnot. those are my second trimester must-haves. Again, they are very similar, if not the exact same as my first trimester, with a little bit of differences. But just make sure that you are doing whatever it feels right to you and your body and your baby, and just that's keeping you happy and healthy. That is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a big thumbs up. Click that little subscribe button so that you make sure and follow along on the rest of our little journey. If you have any recommendations on your second trimester must-haves, drop those below so everybody else can see them. And if you have already gone through a pregnancy and you have like a third trimester must-haves, let me know so that I can get on board with those as I enter that next little phase of this journey. And again, if I can be praying for you guys this week, let me know. Drop those down in the comments below. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. Take care and God bless.